Hey everyone, welcome to part 3 of the Flavorah Diaries. I have already made a video which was over an hour long, and I just started editing it and realised that it just needs to be compressed. There's just too much shit in there. Me sat around fucking around and vaping and talking shit. So I'm going to condense this. So I'm going to do one video here real quick without watching me put drops in and everything, and I'll kind of go over the flavours that I've done. Sorry to do this, but it's just by the time I cut all the video up, the other one just didn't make fucking sense. So you haven't got so much of the hands-on watching me do stuff today, but I will go over my findings. To start with, over Christmas I got this new flavour from Flavorah, and it's yam. I think in my last video I mentioned it. I took the lid off and it smelled of sweet potato, and I just didn't really think I'd like it very much. Well, I took the lid off again today and didn't think I'd like it very much. So I put 2 drops in 10ml, just 2 drops, and vaped it, and it wasn't that bad, really. I mean, I don't like sweet potato, so it kind of tastes like sweet potato. Well, didn't kind of, it does, but it wasn't that bad vaping it. So then I tried 4 drops, just to take it up, see what it would do. 4 drops was pretty strong. So then I went ahead and mixed it with pumpkin. The reason I done that was I spoke with someone over at Flavorah, or I didn't speak to them. They sent me an email after they seen my last video, I believe. So they said that the yam goes pretty well with pumpkin, and I think there was tobaccos and something else. But pumpkin stuck in my mind, and I thought, yeah, that might work off of it. So I went ahead and put I think 6% of Flavorah's pumpkin spice in there, and it started to come through, and you could tell that they lent themselves to each other. But the yam was too strong at 4 drops. So where we are with the yam, to cut long story short, is 2 drops in 10ml. For me, that's it. If I was actually mixing it if I was using pumpkin spice and I was putting yam in there, which will work very well, I'd probably use 1 drop of yam in 10ml. So if I was making a 30ml recipe, I would use 3 drops, and that's it. I mean, it really does come through. It's pretty strong. So yeah, my overall opinion of yam now is not as bad as what I thought it would be. It has its place. I don't know when I will touch on it mixing personally, but I will give it its chance. There's going to be something that comes up, and I'll be thinking this needs something, and this will probably be the magic ingredient. I'm sure it will be. But yeah, it is. If you like sweet potato, you are going to love it. It's just spot on sweet potato. So, okay, that's that one. The next one was Macaroon. Again, these are all Flavorah, obviously. Flavorah Diaries, you dickhead. Cut that bit out. No, I won't. Fuck it, it's going to stay in here. So, yeah, sorry, I'm just getting over a cold. That's why I've not been on for a little bit. So, Macaroon. This one here, sorry, I've got notes on it. I tried it at 2%. It was fairly good. Fairly good. I mean, it came through. That's what's good about Flavorah. Just 2 drops. Did I say 2% or 2 drops? I tried it at 2 drops. So just 2 drops of it, and you vape it, and it's there. The flavour's there. It was a little muted for this one, but not overly. I tried it at 4 drops, and it's actually where I liked it. And then I tried it at 8 drops. I doubled the 4, and it kind of didn't do the same. The biscuity macaroon bit comes up front at 8 drops, and it's there in your face. And if that's what you want, then go with it. You probably do a little bit more. But if you want those the subtle notes behind it, and it's kind of got this like caramelly smell, if I remember right. Well, maybe a hint of it. Now I smell something completely different. Yeah, it has. It reminds me of graham cracker clear, but it's not like, it kind of reminds me of that, where you're expecting a graham cracker and you've got all this kind of caramel in there, and it's a little bit more subtle of a cracker. That's where this one is. When I vaped it, it is like breaking through the crust of a dry macaroon, but with like a gooey center in it. It's got some mouthfeel. It's got some pleasing bits behind it. It is. It's not overly sweet. Um, overall, I wouldn't build a recipe around this. I would. This to me lends itself as in coming in and helping something else out. But lower for me at 4%, and there's so much more going on with the flavour than what there is at 8. Sorry, did I say 4% again? 4 drops. So yeah, for me, 4 drops was pretty good. The next one is Pancake. And all of these, by the way, were picked randomly, except for Yam. But Pancake, this one I thought was, this was one of my favourites on the table. I say one of them. There's only 4 here. It's one of my favourites because there is another excellent one coming up next. But this is really good. This is staying out on the mixing table. This is going to be used this week in a recipe. I really, really liked it. Yeah, it reminds me of Capella's yellow cake. Smelling it, tasting it was kind of around that same area, like a yellow cake, cupcake kind of thing. It's pancake, so it does taste like pancake. It's very good. I really enjoyed it, and I think it's one of those things where I could build a recipe around it rather than just incorporating it in a recipe. With the pancake, I tried 2 drops, and it was okay. I went to 4 drops, and it was better. I went to 6 drops, and it just came alive. And then I tried it at 8 drops, and again, very good. But when I went to 10 drops, this is all in 10 mil, it never progressed. It was kind of like it was at 6 and 8 almost. There wasn't any more. There wasn't any stronger flavour to me, and it never produced anything else. So to me, going to 10 is just wasting flavour, I think, with this one. But a very good pancake, a very good cake in general, and it's something that's going to, like I said, it's going to stay out on the table here, and get used. All right, the last one, I happened to pick a tobacco up, just lucky dipping it. Of course, if you would have seen the other video, you would have seen that. It's Connecticut Shade. Now, I had problems with this one. I'll elaborate on that in a second. When I first tasted it, it was like, wow, this is excellent. The problem I had with it is I couldn't figure out what I was tasting. I get this great tobacco, and it's kind of a dry, airy tobacco. And you get these, I thought it was like an oaky, like barrel kind of taste in the background. And there was something else, and it was so familiar, and I couldn't think what it was. But straight after this, which I don't normally do, I went and mixed 30 mil of this. And I've been vaping it for the last 15 minutes while I was editing the video. The other video, which I'm going to throw away, and then it all of a sudden came to me. It's mocha, it's chocolate coffee. It just it kind of come up and punched me in the face, and I was like, now I can't stop tasting it. It's chocolate coffee, but it's just so good. It works so well, and I said for me to make 30 mil of it straight off the bat, there's nothing else in it, just 30 mil with nicotine and an 80-20 PG blend. Really good, and it's not it's not one of these like earthy kind of wet tobacco kind of feeling that you get off of some. It is like a dry, airy tobacco, and you've got this. It just screams coffee and chocolate to you. But it really is just so good. If you're a tobacco fan, I would suggest getting this one. It's Connecticut Shade. Go ahead and get it. You will not be disappointed. It's unlike anything else you've ever tried, and it's just so good. It's such a good taste. With that one, I tried it at 2 drops, and it was really good. You know, it come through. I got all these like little back notes and stuff like that. Really nice. I went to 4 drops, and it come through a little bit better, even better. And then I went to 6 drops, and then that was just a magic number. You still get some of those back notes, but you get this nice, nice strong tobacco taste up front with the chocolate and the coffee, of course. But yeah, 5 to 6 drops is where I would say to take this one. And I put on here 10 drops, and I put blah after it. The same thing happened as what happened to the Pancake. It didn't go off anywhere else, and actually it done worse than what the Pancake done, because when it goes from 6 to 10, I don't think I put down 8. I tried 8, but I didn't make no notes on it. I don't think there was much of a difference. But when I went to 10 drops, it lost all those subtle back notes. They were gone. They were taken over by just a flavor frenzy of some sort of tobacco with chocolate and coffee. Whereas when you've got it less, you taste all the little notes in the back, and you start to get like that barrel taste I was getting. Like it was like an old sherry barrel that it had been cured in. That's kind of what it was reminding me of. But all of that went away when I got to 10. So, all right, folks, let's go ahead and wrap this up now. Just remember, less is more. There's not like the other flavors that we have. It's not like the other concentrates, the other companies. It's start off low. Start off with drops. Don't start off with percent, and work your way up. I've spent a lot of time, wasted a lot of time. I had 40 or 50 of these flavors laying around on a shelf over here collecting dust. I used to use the lemon, which I really liked because I had some respect for it and I knew I could only use 1 drop. But the rest of them I didn't realize that, and now I understand that. I can appreciate the taste a lot more. There is so much going on with these flavors that if you use them a lot less concentrated, they really do work. So anyway, let's leave that. Let's wrap that up. What have we got coming? We've got the Delosi flavor tests, more Flavorah flavor tests. I've just got these one-on-ones in. I don't think I'm going to do a review on them, but I'm sure I'll probably touch them somewhere or make a recipe out of them. But I'm looking forward to trying those. I've not even taken the caps off of them yet. I've got some Wonder flavors back here, which I ordered last week, and an assortment of some other ones. I've got. I just had shipping confirmation tonight from Liquid Barn. They're sending me 4 new items. I'm really looking forward to getting that. I've been talking to eCig Express. They contacted me and asked me about reviewing some flavors that they have. And yeah, there was something else as well. I know, it's all happening at once. But yeah, I'm going to be a busy bastard. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video on hardware. Just a couple of things that I got over Christmas and I think I should share with everybody. Just some hardware that I really like. So I thought I'd do a video on it, break up the DIY a little bit, and yeah, put some different content out there. So thanks for joining me. Once again, sorry I haven't been around for so much over these last few weeks, but just got a lot going on, been sick and everything else. Every excuse I can think about. You know, so my dog ate my homework. That was always the excuse at school, wasn't it? So yeah, thanks for joining me, folks, and I will see you real soon.